How's everybody feeling?
Centered.
All right. Okay. So let's just take a moment to look at, this is SueAnn and one of my teachers in the Aikido club at Sofia. So stretching obviously is relaxing, right? Stretching, and we used to joke around a lot in class. At least maybe you guys got me right after my knee surgery, so I'm not sure. But having fun is important to relaxing. I know me, I get serious too, like everybody else, and doing something, Aikido has always been fun for me. And relaxation is very natural. There's something unnatural about the way we live, we humans. Animals never get uptight like we do. I mean, they may get vicious, survival and all that, but generally 18, 20 hours a day, they're laying around relaxing. So we put a real strong premium on the importance of relaxation in Aikido. So we're gonna spend a little time on the breath, because the breath is key. As I'm saying here, breath is key to harmony and relaxation. How you breathe determines how your nervous system responds to stress. So this is something to be aware of when you're rushing around. Watch your breath. Notice your breath. Okay? When you're having fun and laughing, notice your breath. It's a key to, we don't have to be out of control of ourselves and our reactions. But if we spend a long time in shallow breathing and tension in the chest, we will explode at some point, or we will have a breakdown at some point. It may not be a nervous breakdown, but it's some kind of a breakdown where you just, react in a way that you're not happy about. So there's two breathing styles here that are very simple. And one of them, I suggest, these as practices in our homework. LSD breathing, light, slow, and deep. So we're just going to right now sit and do a little meditation on tuning into the breath and feeling how it affects the body. You guys are probably kind of relaxed already from our movement and breathing. So let's close our eyes and feel the body in your chair. Feel if you're comfortable, if your hips are evenly situated, if your feet are connecting to the ground. And as we get our structure together and in order, we can start to feel subtler dimensions of our body. And the breath is generally the first thing we notice. There's a rhythm to it. Just kind of noticing that breath with our eyes closed. How far it goes down, how far it comes up. Just let it deepen a little bit more. Let it expand a bit more without any effort. It's just an awareness. I'm going to just start at the top of the head and just scan down from the top of the head, back of the head and face for any tension, any tightness. Sort of like melting warm honey or warm butter, melting down our face, down our head, back of our head, into our neck. As we're allowing our breath to deepen, lighten, and slow down. Feel that melting butter flow down the back of the upper back and front of the chest. Just allowing to relax any muscles that might be clinging or holding. Allow the breath to get lighter and deeper, and slower. Let's let that butter flow down the arms, into the hands, releasing tension as we go down. Feel the butter flowing down the lower back, into the hips, down the torso, into the belly, in the front, into the thighs, releasing tension as we go. Feel it flow over the knees, flow down the shins, into the ankles, flow down the back of the thighs and back of the shins, the calves, into the heels. Let it flow down the top of the feet, into the toes, out into the surrounding area the feet are connected to, into the floor. Let that butter melt into the floor. Let it permeate through the floor into the ground beneath the floor. Just feel the connection that you have to the earth. Just notice if there is any thoughts or emotions. And let them flow out without any effort. They flow in without effort, and they flow out without effort. Now, with your eyes, in Aikido, we call it soft eyes. So when we want to stay relaxed, dealing with an attacker, say, or dealing with a problem, so we go in and we connect with our relaxed body, with our ground. And then we want to kind of see if we can carry that relaxation into the world. So one technique we use is soft eyes. So it's a kind of way of being in the world, seeing without getting too focused. So we let the eyes stay kind of like reflecting pools. So it's like the information of the world comes to you, comes into those reflecting pools, rather than us going out with our eyes, which is what we normally, often, many of us do. Our eyes take us out of ourself, out of our being, out of our physical sensations and our energetic sensations and our breath. So let's just practice that for a moment. It's very important for the relaxation, like a foundation to everything else we do in Aikido. So you're looking, I have this computer screen in front of me. I'm aware that you guys are there, but I'm not looking at you, but I'm aware and I see you out of my peripheral vision. I see my wall over here without looking at it. So it's like that. It's like you're allowing the reflecting pools of your eyes to expand and take in more of the space you're sitting in. So you see how far to the sides. If you extend your hands to the sides, can you kind of sense, see, without looking, your arms and fingers wiggling out there? I'm kind of wiggling my fingers. And I can see them. I'm not looking at them, but I see them. Can I also see the rest of the room? I see a lamp here and I see the curtains over there and my house plants. I can see all of the stuff without looking at anything. That's soft eyes. It allows you to take in the environment. If I focus on one thing, I lose everything. So it's a kind of allowing yourself to not lose the environment you're situated in. So it's like you're in a space and you're just one of the bodies. Say I'm in a room with 10 people. I'm in a room with you guys. Well, I'm just the space and we're all in it together. Whereas when I'm in hard eyes or focused eyes, it's kind of like me and then there's all those people out there. There's a kind of more of a sense of separation. So soft eyes allows us to feel a little bit more in the space that we all exist in and are connected in. I hope that makes sense, but we'll keep working on this experience because it's, in a martial sense, very important that as a martial artist, you don't want to get fixated on the attack or the attacker. It's very important in Aikido that we stay in this broader space. Okay, so I'm going to pause here before we stand up and just see how everybody's doing. I'm looking at the time. How's everybody doing? Are you kind of connecting with what I'm saying? Any questions? Okay. So Aikido, it's a challenge on Zoom to make it experiential. So
You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. It's an experiential practice, you know, so part of the way I look at this is because I don't have Aikido partners with me here. My partner is me and the space, my relationship to it. And I know that when I'm in this soft eyes, relaxed place, I deal with things better. You know, and a lot of our relating in COVID times is people on the internet, right? They're our partners. It's not a physical experience. It's a mental or intellectual and emotional experience. Okay, so we did some of this shaking, bouncing. We didn't do the key scatter. But I wanted to do a little movement and explain nose breathing before we finish, because it's part of the homework, okay? But just a little bit of standing and moving and keeping the soft eyes, okay? Okay, so let's go back to our space where we're on our mats. When I say here, make fist, oh, I better move this, right, Sneha? Okay.
Yes.
Let me stop sharing. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so you're just standing in your space. When I say make fists, just raise your, make fists, make them, squeeze your fists really hard and like you're making muscles, you know, with your biceps. Squeeze, take a big breath and let it go. Okay. Squeeze really hard, let it go. Squeeze really hard, one more time. Squeeze, 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 let it go. Okay, so tension causes focus. So now let's just relax and let your eyes be soft. The body will start to soften. You're in your space and you're letting your vision extend to the sides, to the front, to the top. So you can see everything without looking at anything. And the floor, you take it all in at once. Okay. You're within a bigger space. And also imagine you can see behind yourself, but you can sense. When we're relaxed, we can actually sense, we get more intuitive about where the wall begins and ends in the back. If somebody is sneaking up behind us, you feel that. So there's a kind of sixth sense or non-visual seeing that we have when we start practicing soft eyes. Okay. Now, just very slowly, we're going to walk forward, and then when you kind of reach your boundary, a chair or a wall, we're gonna walk backwards. So I'm gonna stay within, and I'm just practicing doing two things at once, moving and staying present in this spatial awareness. Now I hit the boundary. So you're aware, equal and even on both sides. See how, as you walk backwards, you can kind of sense an obstacle, a wall, a bookcase, a door. You can feel the sort of density as you get close to it. You know where the limits are. You feel them, you sense them. Feel each connection of your foot to the earth. And then just take a pause. I'm going to bring in the nose breathing. This is a very simple, I got this from an Ayurvedic teacher. But it's I put it in as a homework because it's a wonderful breathing which helps us relax. So just close your mouth and breathe through your nose slowly as you walk from one end of your space to the other. So you're only breathing in and out through your nose. Okay, so you know your length of your space. And count how many ins and outs, how many breaths. Just counting. Okay, everybody got their count? Okay, does everybody understand that? You've got how many ins and out breaths through your nose? Okay, so for me, walking forward took 2 ins and 2 outs. And walking back, it took me more. I guess I was a little more uptight. I took 3 ins and outs, okay? So anybody want to share what they got? Okay. So
Similarly, like my going forward at my breaths, and then going back, I was at like over 2 breaths.
Okay. All right.
But
good.
I attribute that to like hesitation or cautiousness.
Me too. Yes. Because my attention was on, can I feel the thing behind me? Yeah. Now, when I practice this by myself, it's easier, but I'm talking and stuff, and I'm, I got a job I'm doing here, so my breathing is not as refined. So the practice, I'm going to go back to screen sharing for a minute. Okay. Oops. Oh, I forgot this one. Okay. That's okay. So basically, you guys can look at this now that we have it on the recording. Just more stuff about relaxation, and we're going to do a 2-step, but we can do that next week. So nose breathing. So here was the idea was to practice the low, slow, deep breathing, 5 minutes sitting a day or whenever it's good to get in a habit of doing it or we forget, but doing the nose breathing with walking. And the idea is to make those, be able to say, I took 3 breaths going backwards, to be able to do it in one cycle. To stretch out and lengthen our breath, not with effort. It's all using awareness and getting relaxed. As we relax, our breath lengthens and we can get, it deepens. And the whole idea is to get into that where the brain, the alpha waves and all that stuff, it starts to change the deeper lobes. Because, you know, when we're sitting, we're caving our chest in, or when we're not, you know, deeply breathing, there's a lot of nerves and things that get blocked. Okay, so this nose breathing, this is what the Ayurveda doctor was talking about, is to kick in this nervous system response that's more conducive to dealing with stress, which is the whole point of Aikido. Dealing with stress or getting attacked is what we do in class in a harmonious way. And as we get into Aikido, you'll see that we practice blending. And you can't blend with things when we're tense, when we're uptight. So this is all preparation for, you know, going into using our ki to blend with a partner or blend with the situation. Okay, does that make sense, what the homework is?
Yeah.
So breath is a key to relaxation. Okay, so it's basically working on lengthening those cycles. So you first start out, check out how many cycles it take to walk. You just practice, say you want to walk around the park or go out and do a hike. You can take 5 minutes of your hike that maybe you want to get aerobic, but take 5 minutes to practice nose breathing. Okay. Now this particular Ayurveda teacher recommends doing this in working out as well. He's all about nose breathing. You know, that when you're working out in the gym, even to keep it, but I think walking is good enough workout. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions or, so I think everything is on oh yeah, okay. So I gave a thought of the week here. Let's make sure that's on the recording. Life is all about balance. You don't always need to be getting stuff done. Sometimes it's okay and absolutely necessary to shut down, kick back, and do nothing.
I had that experience recently. My body forced me to take a break for 3 days because I was not feeling well. I just had to relax. I had to just rest.
Yeah. So you'll get to a point someday where you'll do it before you are forced. You know, and often we need to be forced before we'll change, but where you actually can know that it's time to take a break without getting sick or getting hurt or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a little reminder. And so before we do our finishing bow, I just want to see how everybody's doing, if they have any comments or questions. You're all good?
I actually need to say goodbye, but thank you so much. This was wonderful.
Great, Laura. So domo arigato gozaimashita.
Domo arigato.
Domo arigato. Yes, what's needed.
Gozaimashita. That means thank you very much in Japanese. Okay?
All right. See you guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'm going to be gone next week. So.
Okay, Laura, take care. We're
You
finishing up.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So you all good? Does anybody have any questions or anything they want to share before we finish? We say goodbye for the week.
We're good.
Oh, okay, so I want to just thank you so much, Sneha, for gathering this group together. It's wonderful to be with you all. And let's do another domo arigato. We need to practice, right?
Yes.
So it's domo arigato gozaimashita. Okay.
Domo arigato gozaimashita.
Excellent. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
I will see you next Friday. Have a good week.
You too.
Thank you, SueAnn.
Bye.
Bye.